Hi guys, Elle here. I have some goodies to share with you. Okay, first of all, before I get into all that, I have four, not 8, just 4 new decks to share you guys. But real quick, I did just want to, I can sort of tell you guys what's been going on now because it's all sort of official. So the reason I haven't been around too much on YouTube is just this, I'm moving. And it's a big, like really big move. My wife and I are moving from Philadelphia, where we have lived for, Jesus, over 10 years now, back to where we were both originally from, Long Island. Long Island, baby. So it's really sad to think about leaving this area that we both love so much. But it'll be nice to be closer to our families and stuff. So I'm enjoying filming in my tarot spot while I have it for a bit longer. Anyway, I just wanted to let you guys know, and I'll keep you posted. Okay, basically what's here is, oh my god, this. Okay, it is 2 old decks from like 18th century. Oh, I dropped my deck. Oh my god. It's okay. 2 old decks from the 18th century and 2 sort of modern decks, 1 tarot deck and 1 Sibilla deck, both by Luigi Scapini, who of course did the medieval Scapini deck that I am obsessed with and love. And both of these decks, especially this first one, have been on my list for a really long time. So all I have done so far actually is they are opened. I just took the plastic wrap off of everything, and I haven't even really gone through those 3 decks, but I'm gonna show you guys this deck first. It's this guy. I have not stopped playing with it. It's only been like 2 days, but it is the Magica Sibilla. It's a Sibilla deck, not a tarot deck, by Luigi and Giulia Scapini. That's Luigi Scapini and his wife, I believe. I don't know if you know this, but I friggin' love Sibilla decks. I started, you know what, it was like kind of right before March, like when Kelly started talking about March of the Pips and everything, I just really started getting into like my playing card decks again, my Sibilla decks again, really got into my Petite Patella. I'm totally gonna make a video about all this stuff, guys. Anyway, I blame Kelly for getting me back into all that stuff, that sort of cartomancy style of reading and using things like playing cards and Lenormand decks and all that stuff. I really do like the Sibilla tradition. I take tradition and throw it out the damn window as far as I'm concerned. I like learning the tradition and then doing my own thing. But there's something really cool about the traditional Sibillas. This isn't a traditional, this is a modern interpretation, but in general about the traditional Italian Sibilla decks. They're 52 cards, so each one is associated with a playing card, but there's a whole new image on each one and a sort of a specific keyword for each card. And it's traditionally sort of acceptable to use reversals. You're supposed to use reversals with Sibilla too. So there's just so much that lent itself to me loving it. Okay, that's the box. Like I said, I have already been playing with this deck. It comes with some extra cards, and it comes with a little booklet that is, right, only Italian. Yep, a little booklet only in Italian. I'm not going to show you guys every single one of these cards, otherwise that's a lot of cards to go through here. But, like, I put it in a little baggie already, because it's so cute with a little rose. So pretty. But this is the Magica Sibilla. Oh, guys, that's so good. That's what the backs of the cards look like. Actually, is that upside down? That's what the backs look like. Isn't that gorgeous? They're so classy. Wait till you see the fronts of these cards. Look at that. I don't know if you guys know, I will totally make a video and show you guys this side by side with some other Sibillas that I have. And you can see it's totally modern, even though it's just so different. It's so cool. It's very monotone. Everything's done in these sort of colors. Everything is in Italian at the bottom. You have sort of, for most cases, you have the classic keyword. And then, surprise, So I don't even remember what that says. I have to translate some of the stuff written underneath. It's not what you classically see on the cards. Usually it's just that one word. But you do have the playing card association on there very clearly, like you do in most Sibilla decks. Belvedere for the Three of Hearts. This is a sort of a beautiful view. Oh, you guys, it's sweet. Oh, look at this one. I love the way, I love the artwork. They're amazing. Isn't that beautiful? So actually with this deck too, that you don't normally get with Sibilla decks, this is not a thing. Oh, there's the doctor. Isn't he cool looking? But you get these two cards, like a lord and a lady, or a man and a woman. You get two significator cards. Yeah, that aren't part of the regular 52 card deck. So really, this is a 54 card Sibilla deck. I love that this is here. It's really cool. It's a very different way to use a Sibilla, just having this, but it's really neat. The only other 54 card deck I have, actually the Hermes playing card oracle, that comes with two extra significator cards. So really it's your two jokers. And also the Grand Joe. Look at this one. This is the fortune card, the Five of Clubs. What was I saying? Oh, the Grand Joe Lenormand, that astrological Lenormand. It actually has 52 cards, one for each playing card, and then there's also two significators, like a lord and a lady kind of thing. I'll show you that. The timing feels like it's a bit based on, you know, that late 19th century where the Italian Sibilla sort of comes from, and it revolves around like this just life in Italian high society sort of thing. So you get a little bit of that sort of a look, but it just spans all different times. Look, this is a hot air balloon. This is your Ace of Spades. Oh no! It's gorgeous. It's really pretty. Okay, so that is the Magica Sibilla. So all these decks, by the way, that I'm showing you are all ordered from TarotBG. It's a wonder. I've ordered from them before. They have a huge range of decks and of tarot decks and playing cards and oracles and accessories and things, and everything comes in great condition. It comes really fast. Their prices are amazing. Customer service is good. Cool place to order decks from. They have some things that you don't see in too many other places or even anywhere else at all. Okay, let's do the other Luigi Scapini deck next. This is the Romeo and Juliet Tarot, aka literally also known as, like, it's got two names. It's also the Shakespeare Tarot. In Italian on the front it says, you know, Romeo and Juliet Tarot in Italian, and then Shakespeare Tarot in English, but it's all over with both names. These, both my Luigi Scapinis are Del Negro decks, by the way. The next one is a museum publication, and the last one is an Il Messaggero deck. Ooh. Oh my god, look at this. It comes with a giant, do you see how big this book is? It's like bound like a real book too, like it's bound up there. And it looks like half of it is Italian and half of it is actually in English. That's the English side. I'm not gonna, oh, there's so much written here. So like I was saying, the name, the Shakespeare Tarot, I think that name is actually way more appropriate than the Romeo and Juliet Tarot, because from the images I've seen online and what I've read about this deck, it is not just images from Romeo and Juliet. It's from like the entire body of Shakespeare's work and Shakespearean influences and all sorts of things like that. I'm just peeking through it. It looks like he talks about what is actually in each card, like what the image is, where it comes from, how he drew it. Like, it's really wonderfully detailed. Oh, they're so pretty. Here's what the backs look like. I just love his style of artwork. They're beautiful backs. This deck specifically, I mean, he's got, I don't even know how many tarot decks he's made. But this one specifically really, really reminds me of the medieval Scapini. It's got very similar borders, a very similar style to it. I'm just gonna randomly flip through and show you guys. These are the minors. They're sort of like the medieval Scapini in that they're sort of pip-like, but still interesting and illustrated and things going on. Here's the Page of Cups. They don't have that, there's like metallic coloring throughout, but they don't jump off the card like they do in the other deck. What is the medieval Scapini? US Games, I think, and the quality, those cards are much bigger. These are much smaller. This is like a standard tarot size. And the quality isn't quite as good. Like, these are a bit more cardboardy. The images are clear and crisp. They're beautiful, but the quality of that US Games deck is so much better. Oh, look at how the swords look. Oh my God, they got that Marseille curved sword thing. Oh, this is gorgeous. Is that the 4 of Swords? Yep, 5. Oh my God, they're so pretty. I just love his artwork. Okay, here is some of the majors. Here's your Fool. I can't see, who is that? I don't know, I'm gonna have to read. I'm not like a ridiculous, I think that the magician is supposed to be Shakespeare himself holding like Romeo and Juliet like puppets. Yeah, can you see that? I'm not a ridiculous fan of Shakespeare stuff, so some of this stuff is going to be unfamiliar to me, but they're very tarot looking images. Like, that's your high priestess. She called the Popus, La Papessa, the Popes. Yep, it's in Italian and English. Look at your Empress. Oh, she's so like Elizabethan. Oh, this is so, they're so beautiful. Look at the coloring and everything. Look old. That's something I don't love, actually. Like, they look old, which is really cool, and the medieval Scapini looks old too, but it has the borders around it are aged too in the other deck. In this one, they're bright white on the front borders, bright white on the back border, even though on the majors and the royals you have like this line of aged looking paper space where there's writing in for the royals and the majors. I wish, wouldn't that be nice if the whole thing was sort of aged? I might take my aging marker to this and actually color in the borders for this one too. We shall see. I just want to show you guys every single one. This is the lovers, probably Romeo and Juliet. So it's so pretty. Oh, look at the Hermit. Isn't that good? So yeah, I definitely want to review all these decks, so I'll stop showing you guys every single one. Oh, look at the Hanged Man. Maybe I won't stop. And if you guys are interested, I could totally do like a side-by-side of this and the medieval Scapini. That'll be interesting to look at. I bet there's some cool similarities. Oh, it fits good. I picked out a bag and a little charm for it. It's like 2 dragons that form a little heart for the Romeo and Juliet tarot. Isn't that pretty? In a gold bag. That works. Gorgeous. All right, so moving right along, folks. Next up, we have this guy. Do you know it? Do you recognize it? Do you know what it is? This is the back. It's the back of the box and what the back of the cards look like. This is a Minchiate deck. Minchiate? Elle doesn't know. Whatever. So it's like a big tarot deck. There are, what, 97... Elle doesn't know. 97 cards, I think. This is the tarot deck. I have a video out there about it. I'll put a link below to how I use Minchiate deck. But it has like the 12 signs of the zodiac added in there. It has the 4 virtues added, the 4 other virtues added. And it has the 4 elements, and there's some other little tweaks and changes, not the high priestess, blah, 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 blah. I'm opening it. Let's look. Forget how this one came. If the heck is that? Oh, there we go. I think the outside may have been shrink wrapped, but the cards weren't shrink wrapped on the inside. Set of cards. So this is a museum kind of a publication deck. Oh, I can't even read it. Oh, there it is in English. Okay, this set of cards, printed in 2004, is a reproduction of the original found in the collection of the Fournier Cards Museum in Alava, owned by the some shit in Spanish or French, or I don't know. The Fournier Museum in Alva, I don't know how you say it, but that's in Spain. That's where these cards are housed. That's the only information that actually comes with this deck. Like I said, that's the backs, just like they're on the back of the cards. But this is commonly known as the Minchiate Al Leone. All these Minchiate Italian decks are basically from Florence. So it's also called the Florentine Miotti. I show both of my other Minchiate decks in the other video, and I'm so excited to compare this. I'm definitely going to edge this because unlike the deck I just showed you, the backs are aged even all the way through to the border, and the fronts are all the same color, so it makes the whites look really stark. But anyway, there's your Ace of Discs. And your 2 of Coins are discs. It has that very sort of old Florentine look to it. Oh, Carte Fine Al Leone. Written on the 4 discs. Coins. There's our coins. Here's, oh, look at this. Look at this. It looks very similar to the Fine della Torre tarot deck that I reviewed a while back. Also from around the same time. This is from, oh, I guess that one's a bit earlier. This is about 1790, I think. Oh, you get your classic, what do you call them? Classic, like they're centaurs or half human, half animal, all the knights in the deck. And here is our female, that's on a female page. That was the female page I showed you first, sorry. Female page, coins, Knight of Coins. These are like decent. They're like really glossy and nice quality. Queen of Coins and your King of Coins. They're really clear. It's a reproduction of that deck. Nothing's been touched up, I don't think, or anything. Here's what your wands look like. It's exactly the same thing really as the other Minchiate decks that are out there, with slight little differences. Here's what your swords look like. Oh, so good. Here's your Centaur Knight of Swords. And then the swords and the wands, you have a male page. All right, so where's our majors? Oh, here we go. They're all in order. So here is your Fool. And the Magician is the same on the front of the box. You have 2, 3, and 4. So basically it's like you have no High Priestess, and it goes Empress, Emperor, and Pope. 5 here, because your numbering is different in a Minchiate deck, but you have your Lovers, you have Temperance, you have Strength. What is that? 7 is Strength, 8 is Justice, the Wheel of Fortune, and your Chariot. Oh, Hermit. Look at him with the deer behind him too. It looks so different in this deck. Gorgeous. Hanged Man, Death, and Devil. You want to see him? I'll show you. Hanged Man. Death and the Devil. Here are your 4 virtues: faith, hope, charity, and prudence. Not necessarily in that order. And then begins our, nope, not our zodiac. Here we have the 4 elements. You have fire, water, earth, and air. That air card looks really cool. And then you go into your 12 signs of the zodiac. Let's see if I can see in the camera. Libra, Virgo, Scorpio, Aries, Capricorn, Sagittarius, Cancer, Pisces, Aquarius, Leo, have fun, Taurus, and lastly, Gemini. And then we finish around with the star, the moon, that glare out of there, the moon, the sun. Oh, it's so pretty. I have the red backgrounds too. And then the ordering is different here. Your world card. And lastly, the angel card, or your judgment card. And that should be the end. Yep, back to our ace. I just threw these cards all over my table. But they're a nice size, a nice quality. They're a bit bigger than my other Minchiate decks, I feel like. But the cards are still definitely smaller than like a traditional tarot size. Oh, beautiful. Oh, it fits nicely in here too. I found this, or this is from a museum I went to as a kid once too. I don't even remember where, but it's an old Roman coin. It was like a pendant for a necklace, so I put it on my old Italian Minchiate deck, my ancient Roman coin. And finally, from Il Menegello, we have this bad boy. This is a majors only deck. Can you believe the way this thing comes? That's the deck in there. It's like a little book that ties shut. Il Menegello. Il Menegello. Elle doesn't know. Yeah, but this is what the deck is actually called, or the 22 trumps or arcana from the 18th century. It's also called like mysterious engravings of the 18th century. So I'm actually going to ask you guys for some help here with this. I don't know like anything about this deck. Comes like this. The cards are just wrapped in a little piece of cardboard and they slide right out. I'll show you them in a second. And the inside of that little thing looks like that, and then it just ties shut. It's gorgeous, adorable little way to do a deck. And the card stock is like phenomenal. Oh, you know what? I wanted to compare it to, yeah, it's like the same as I have my Six of Wands video waiting to be filmed next to me. So I have the Six of Wands from La Corte dei Tarocchi, which is another Il Menegello deck. That came out actually, I think maybe around the same time. This is from 1991, actually, the mysterious engravings here. I think this is 99, whatever. But it's got the really, really thick cards. Like the whole 78 card deck is like this friggin' thick. And this is only the 22 majors, but they are like that thick. They're amazing. You can feel the parchment. It's gorgeous. The first card looks like that, and it's just a numbered title card. And this is 912 out of 1,000. They only made 1,000 of these. So I'll just show you as we go through. I want to show you guys all these cards. They're amazing. And it's just the majors. So there's your Fool. Now, from what I've been able to gather about this deck with what very, very limited information I can find, really it's just on the sites where they're selling it. There's your Magician, this is all in Italian. But it's from, apparently this is an actual, I think, tell me if you guys know any better, this is an actual old deck from the 18th century, or at least the engravings, they're copper engravings, they said, are from the 18th century. Not sure when exactly. Most of them depict or appear to be depicting a scene from Greek mythology or character or a god from Greek mythology or something. And there's some other really interesting things, like there's the name of the angel, like you just saw actually for the Judgment card. The Minchiate deck is just called the Angel, and this is called the Angel. That's kind of a common thing you see in some old decks. And some of the images look like they're from the Montaigne Tarot. And some of them are just so unusual. It's fascinating. But the description of the deck says that Osvaldo Menegali has basically a deck like this that they reproduced in his collection. But I don't know why I can't find any more information about, you know, the origins of this deck. It's really wacky. It seems like the images the images are designed for the tarot, or maybe someone paired them together at some point. I really don't know. So you have a traditional, sort of traditional papessa, or high priestess. This is what's kind of cool. Your empress and your emperor are Juno and Jupiter. Looking kind of very much like they do in like the one JJ Swiss or something like that, where you have Juno normally replacing the high priestess and Jupiter replacing the pope or the hierophant. But here it's empress and emperor, which makes perfect sense. Juno, Jupiter, or Hera, and here's Zeus, both on their like cloud thrones. Oh, so gorgeous. And look at this Pope. I just love engravings like this. I love engraved decks. I love that it's black and white. I love the quality and the simplicity. It's absolutely gorgeous. Your lovers, check this out, is like Leda and the swan. So it's like Zeus is the swan there, the lovers. Isn't that gorgeous? Very sort of alchemical looking about these cards. The chariot has a female driver, and I think there's like 4 horses there. For the most part, it's pretty traditional Italian titles and traditional Roman numerals. There's your justice. Oh, this is a bit untraditional, but really fucking cool. This is your hermit. It's a woman in a cave. She looks like a Sibyl or something. Isn't that great? A pretty sort of classic Wheel of Fortune. Oh, I like the strength card. Instead of just a Hercules figure, you have Hercules and Aeolus slaying the Hydra. Isn't that cool? There's nothing on the backs of these cards, by the way. The backs are totally blank, which I love. Perfect. Don't do a damn thing to it. This card I find a little unnerving and a little confusing. Can you guys see what's happening there? There's like a dude hanging what looks like a little kid for the hanged man. There's also something going on in the background here. It looks like somebody's humping a tree. I'm not sure exactly. I'm gonna have to say, I can't find information on this deck. I am floored. I'm fascinated. I really need to sit with and learn more about this deck. Where the hell it comes from. But it has been on my wish list forever. Just because of how gorgeous it looks. This one's cool too. This is Temperance. This appears to be Juno and Jupiter again, or Zeus and Hera. And it's cool for a Temperance card, right? Like she's pouring, she's sort of serving him, but it has that, instead of just one person, there's 2. He's got his eagle up there. Oh, this is a creepy card too. The devil here is like a beast devouring a man or 2. I think there's 2 people being eaten. And there's somebody fighting a griffin, maybe, or something in the background. Can you see that? Like back up, no, other side. He's on this back there. The tower. It's nice, gorgeous, simple. I love the clouds right above the tower. Then you have your star card. See that? Which is kind of reminiscent, actually, of, hang on, let me pull it out. Go, reminiscent of what we just looked at with the star card on the Minchiate. In this one, there's 2 people on horseback, but, you know, whatever. That's cool. And then the moon card is interesting. I have no freaking clue what's going on there. Anybody have an opinion? That's the moon card, La Luna. I feel like it's leaning a bit more towards like what you see in the Minchiate decks and some other old Marseille style decks where you have this like astronomer sort of a thing happening. And then the sun card is this, Il Sole. I'll stop trying to say Italian. The sun card looks very similar to the Mantegna soul or sun card. And then like we actually saw before in the Minchiate, you have, it's not much of a resurrection scene, but you do have the angel blowing the trumpet. There's nobody rising here, so these are called, basically called the angel card, and that's what you have here, an angel card. I don't know what's going on there either though. There's like a woman with a bull and a ship coming into the shore, and there's crowns all over the place. There's a crown on the ground here and a crown in the angel's hand. They both appear to be female too. I have no idea what's happening. Well, I'm fascinated. And then here's our world card with what looks to be like Atlas over here, which makes sense for the world card, right? And then on the other side, on this side, it looks like Perseus riding Pegasus, and he's also got his shield with the head of Medusa, it looks like, on it. That's your world card. Isn't that a cool deck? Oh, I love it. This is gonna require some thought. It's beautiful though. I wish you guys could like feel this. Like, do you hear that? Oh, it's with my nails. Like, that's how linen-y and parchment-y, like it's, oh. I'm scared to shuffle it. Wait, let me try and shuffle it. Let's see. Nope, you can shuffle it just fine. Oh, I can even ripple shuffle and bridge. No, that works lovely. Oh, now I want to shuffle them again. Even the pointy edges aren't sharp. It's good. So I was hoping that it would come with something that would tell me a little bit more about this deck. And it comes with a little like folded up pamphlet like this, which is really cool looking, isn't it? That image. But it's all in Italian, and honestly, from what I can tell just by looking for sort of keywords that I understand and recognize, it isn't really anything else that I haven't read about before. It's basic divinatory meanings and information about the history of tarot and stuff like that, it looks like. Although I don't really speak Italian. So, yeah, I don't know if any of you guys have any more information on this deck or know anything about it. Please, by all means, let me know. I am really, really curious. I've pretty much exhausted my search online. But the title sort of says it all, right? Mysterious Engravings of the 18th Century. Boom. I'm probably going to keep it out on display somewhere, but I can always throw it in one of my little baggies or something if I want to travel with it. But this is the kind of thing that you put on display. Like that. Oh, so good. Alright guys, that is my haul from TarotBG. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you real soon. Bye guys.